Hello, fellow adventurers. I am Lord Tremendous, and in this episode, we will see how the introduction session goes for the team. Our group began this campaign with 3 people. I created a character to journey with the group. Tremendous will provide some healing and can function as a tank if the party requires it. Also, Tremendous gives the group a way to ask the GM for help without directly asking the GM for help. It's how I like to run my campaigns, especially when the group consists of players I've never gamed with. Please don't think Tremendous is invulnerable or that he possesses plot armor. The dice gods determine such things in my campaign, not the GM. I don't try to kill my player characters, but I also don't try to save them. If they decide to swan dive into an active volcano or catch a cannonball with their teeth, the results will be a quick and brutal funeral. So sit back, relax, grab that special beverage or someone, and get ready to enjoy this episode of Filthy Earl's Errand Runners.
Greetings! I am the cleric, Tremendous. I begin this session as a level 1 cleric. If the Omnipotent One wills it, I will live long enough to achieve level 2. Equipped with my trusty warhammer and stalwart shield, I will fight, scavenge, retrieve, and kill at Filthy Earl's command. Now, if you'll excuse me, duty calls.
Oi, name's Dreg. Used to be a lord, but no use in standing on ceremony anymore. I'm a level 1 barbarian, and as you can tell from my stature, a right proper dwarf. Don't have much use for this lot, but if old Earl can make good on his promise and get me my revenge and my money, I'll do what the portly human wants of me. Out of my way now, lad. I've got work to do.
Oh, hi, I'm Bubbles. Can I do something for you? Sing a song, dance a ditty, grab you something to eat, or maybe to drink? What's that? No, I am not a kobold. I'm a level 1 bard and a proud dragonborn. I'm just a little short is all. Why don't you take a seat at an open table and I'll go see what Papa Earl is up to.
Hello there, my fellow 2 legs. I am known as Zaz, and I am a level 1 Yaunti sorcerer. My friends may be few, but those that can claim the title know they can count on my spells to protect them, always. Please excuse me for now. I must tend to my chores and check to make sure that Bubbles hasn't stirred up any more trouble.
The session begins with the party carrying out their chores and duties at Filthy Earl's Inn and Exotic Eatery. Tremendous was assigned to serve food and clean up after the patrons. Dreg was assigned bartending duties and took to his assignment with great gusto. Bubbles helped seat the inn's guests and played her lute as often as she could. Zaz stayed in the back of the house, bringing goods and ingredients to the kitchen or the bar as they required them. Every day started out like this for the adventurers, and for their labor they were given their own room, food, drink, medical attention when required, and even the freedom to roam around Rebirth when allowed. All in all, it wasn't a terrible job, and Fitly Earl, while strict, was a fair and rewarding boss. The task Fitly Earl's employees looked forward to the most was when he assigned them to go out, beyond the walls of Rebirth. He sent parties out to search for exotic and strange ingredients, treasure, and information. Filthy Earl would send out his employees for these excursions quite often. Those that returned successfully were rewarded with gold, food, praise, and, if they were extremely successful, paid time off. It was toward the end of their shift that the party received word that Fitly Earl wanted to see them in his office. It was obvious to all of them that this meant it was their turn for an outside adventure.
Thank you all for coming. I am pleased that you all came so promptly. This will be noted in your annual evaluations. As you've probably already gathered, I need you to venture outside the walls of our fine village and obtain for me as many unique, delicious, mundane, and curious ingredients and materials as you can find. Plant, animal, mineral, mundane, or magical. I want it all. As per usual, I will provide you with the trusty mule, Bill. Bill will pull the cart that the chest of holding will be on. As you already know, anything you find while on your excursion is my property. And you know that not returning my property will result in consequences. To ensure nothing so untoward as ill-gotten gains tempts you fine people, put everything you find into the chest. It's the only sure way to thwart temptation. Of course, I'm not a tyrant. If you find something useful to you during your excursion, Filthy Earl understands that you may need to keep it temporarily, especially if it means obtaining even more or higher quality materials. Just make sure everything you should put into the chest makes it into the chest. I'm granting you a full day to wander and collect. Find me meat, wood, stone, and whatever else you stumble across. I am preparing for quite the festivities, so anything you can lay your paws on will be useful. If you're going to return late, make sure you have enough in the chest to justify your tardiness. I shouldn't need to explain the disappointment I'd feel if you were both tardy and come up short with your findings. One last thing, my friends. Remember, anything living that falls into the chest will not remain living for very long. So don't fall into the chest. Also, once you put an item in the chest, you will not be able to retrieve it, so make sure you don't put all your food and water in the chest, or you'll find your time in the wilderness to be hungry and thirsty work. You will all leave at sunrise tomorrow morning. Make sure you eat well tonight and get some rest. No dilly-dallying for you tonight. Any questions? No. Excellent. Please close the door on your way out of my office.
The party made their preparations that night and were ready bright and early the next morning. Their eagerness for exploration and adventure was palpable amongst the team. They met up at the stables where Tremendous attached Bill to the cart. Tremendous stayed with Bill, while Zaz and Dreg took the lead with Bubbles in the center of their progression, playing a merry tune that kept all their spirits high. The party had worked with each other for months inside Filthy Earl's Inn, but this was the first time they had been brought together for an excursion outside the town. Bubbles and Zaz were well acquainted, but the rest of the party were little more than strangers. The party made their way out through the main gate, full of optimism and a bit of apprehension.
By the mountains, it is good to get out into the open. I was beginning to feel imprisoned back in the village. Might as well start working on what we're out here for. I say we head east into the forest and see what we can scavenge.
Yes, I agree with you, Dreg. Let us head east, towards the forest. Once there, we can search the area for materials Filthy Earl has need for.
The party made their way through the meadow and towards the forest. Their mood, light and joyful. Bubbles played a jaunty hiking tune on her lute as Zaz hummed along. It didn't take them long to reach the edge of the forest and cross the threshold into it. The atmosphere changed as they entered. From an open and safe landscape to a verdant, enchanted wood, teeming with life, resources, and danger. They had only traveled a few yards into the forest when Dreg made a discovery.
Oi, look what I found. Carrots. A whole lot of them. Filthy Earl is gonna love these. Root vegetables are the best vegetables. As any dwarf worth his salt will tell ya, I'm gonna feed one to Bill and toss the rest in the chest. Why don't the rest of ya check around and see if there's anything else worth harvesting?
Excellent idea, Dreg. Let me see what I can. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of birds over there. Let me just aim my crossbow and got some. Papa Earl is going to be so happy with these. I'll toss them in the chest.
I too have discovered some resources, my friends. I think they are a root vegetable like what Dreg found, some sort of onion, a chive, or maybe a leek. They are revolting. But if this is what Earl wants, then this is what he will get.
I found a nest of rabbits. Sorry, little creatures, but as the Omnipotent One teaches us, predators must hunt their prey. The deed is done. I shall keep a couple of them for tonight's dinner. The rest go into Filthy Earl's chest.
I believe this is all we will find here, my friends. Let us continue further east and see what other treasures we can discover.
Zaz led the party deeper into the forest. The group kept a keen eye out for any further resources to add to the chest. Dreg collected fallen branches and dead wood. His hope was that Filthy Earl could use the wood for carpentry, and if not, firewood. Bubbles discovered a small patch of edible flowers that she nibbled on before placing the rest into the chest. Tremendous scavenged up a large number of grubs from a fallen tree he stumbled across, and Zaz found another nest of rabbits that he added to the chest with a quick eldritch blast. The party had been traveling for many hours by this point and were deep inside the forest. Zaz was about to lead them even deeper when Bubbles halted him with a raise of her hand.
Do you guys hear that? It sounds like wolves or something.
Get back, Bubbles! Get behind me! It's a pack of wolves. Something has brought them out during the day.
Zaz. Tremendous. Draw steel these puppies mean to make a meal out of us. And let them come. Old Dreg could use a new fur jacket.
And this is where we will put down for this episode. The errand runners are in a little trouble. Their stroll through the woods resulted in the party stumbling into a large pack of wolves that don't appear to be willing to forgive their trespass. It's been a pretty easy adventure so far. I hope you're as curious as I am to see how the party deals with the ensuing combat. I hope you've enjoyed Episode 1 of the Filthy Earl's Errand Runners campaign. It has been a blast for me retelling the events of this session so far. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, please feel free to put them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.